Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at another Suyata mecha musume kit here. So we not too long ago did take a look at the Swallow kit in this line here from Suyata. This one is the Yukihime. So a really cool design there that has like a beam umbrella and then some other kind of very cool styling to it, but it does look kind of quite similar to the Swallow kit, which we looked at recently, just in terms of like the kit's design overall. They are in the same series, of course, but this one does look pretty cool. Let's go ahead and check it out here for today's video. But alright guys, so let's take a look at this very nice box art illustration here. Really cool with that, like I said, beam umbrella featured very prominently, as well as that really cool looking sword. The one thing that I really like about these is that the kits end up looking very much exactly like the box art. I think like just looking at this box art, I can just imagine that that's exactly what the kit is going to look like, which is nice. But going around here onto the ends of the box, it's the same with the HP 005 as this being the 5th kit in this line here from Suyata. Same thing on the other side. But if we go here onto the one side of the box, you can see some more images. I think these are just going to be renders of the kit when it's all built and put together. Of course, there with the umbrella used in a few different ways. There, and there's the unarmored version right here as well. Around on the other side, we got to look at our face option parts. So you're going to have face options with mask and without. So if you had a preference there, it's a couple of detail shots of some of like the finer details of the kit, which just look very nice. The finished kit, and then a little bit about kind of like the leg frame in there, which is another kind of cool aspect about these. Very similar to like the Nuke Matrix kits in that way. If you guys have built any of those, they have like the kind of cyborg frame in like the legs especially. We'll take a look at all the runners and everything in here in just a second. Just want to find our instruction manual first, and if we can, all the way at the bottom here. And on here, we've got the same illustration from the front of the box. We got the full version of that on the back side. Nothing there on the inside cover. Again, just kind of the same images we saw on the outside of the box here. Mostly there's some more information. Everything looks to be in Chinese, or everything's in Japanese and in Chinese and in English. So at least like for this like caution stuff here at the front, got another kind of couple of cool shots there of the full kit and the umbrella and everything. We've got our parts list here, a little bit about how to apply the waterslide decals, and after that it's right on into the construction. So they're going to start off with the head and the main body, and then you'll eventually make your way to building the equipment, and then it'll tell you how to equip all the equipment and the base and everything else. Then we get to what looks like some options here, how you can kind of combine some of the equipment together there, like the sword together like that. Got another couple of images here at the very end. And then on our last page here, this is going to be our decal guide. So we do have a couple of decals here for the kit, not really a whole lot. There's going to be a few of them, so that's showing you where those go. Some QR codes there if you guys want to follow Suyata. And just take a quick look at those waterslide decals here. You can see that it's for the eyes, a few little markings around on the kit. The eye decals do look really quite nice though. So those look good. All right, let's check out the runners here, starting off with our faces. Here are our pre-printed faces. You can see we've got 3 of those. 1, 2, 3. We've also got a set of unprinted faces. If you wanted to use the waterslide decals or repaint them or do anything else with those, you can do that. And then runner A here actually is our clear black base piece here that will give you a nice kind of base stand to stand up the kit on. Then runners F and G are connected here in dark gray. Is going to be some of the parts there for the body, like the leg joint or the leg frame parts there, and some parts there for the legs. As you can see, we've also got another copy of the G runner here in a clear black, so you can use that. You can opt to use those parts there for like the hips and the waist section and the legs if you want to use those. Then we're going to skip ahead even further here to runner L, where we've got a softer plastic here in white for all of our hand option parts. Runner N going to be some more parts here in that very dark gray. Runner Q is some parts here in clear pink there for the body. Runner R is going to be all the skin tone parts that we have for the kit, which as you can see is pretty minimal. Runner S is more clear pink parts there, obviously parts mostly there for the beam umbrella. Runners T and U here, very nice. T is in this light blue there for the hair. U is in this light lavender color there for some purplish accents, very nice. Runner V we have 2 of in this nice off-white color there for some of the equipment parts. That's continued on to runner X as well, some larger parts there for like the clothing that look really nice. Runner Y is in this really cool kind of neon green kind of color, looks really nice there as well. And last but not least, runner Z is a few more parts here in that dark gray for some more of the equipment, and that's it. Alright guys, so here is the base kit all built up. up, and we're going to be taking a look at this first just kind of in its base form without adding a bunch of the equipment and edited armor and everything else onto it and all the weapons and everything. We'll get all into that, talking about some of the accessories here in just a moment, but just taking a look at the base form of the kit. Really nice, just like with the Swallow. It has a lot of really great detail here on the design. Some really nice colors in there. I do like the color scheme for this one. Quite an interesting, unique color scheme. A little bit reminiscent of the Susanoo Megami device kit with like the black and white and pops of neon green for some color in there. The clear pink parts also look really nice. So really cool kit. Let's go ahead and check it out in some more detail. But so like any good Mecha Musume kit, we've got a lot of accessories here included. Number one is just going to be obviously this stand here, which is going to work really nicely. You could probably get the kit to stand up on its own without having to use the base, but as you can see there, just the design of the feet, it's on like these very high like Japanese style shoes there, which are just going to be kind of difficult to balance on, especially once we start adding some more armor to the body and some more kind of accessory parts. But we do have some option parts here for around on the body, like for example a clear black part there for the waist section. For the top half of the torso, which is there in white, we also have that in clear black or in just plain black. For the midsection there, we've also got a clear black version of that, as well as a part here which is in black, which doesn't have this kind of decorative armor design on the front of there, so if you wanted to opt for that one instead. For the arms, we've got clear black versions of those, as well as clear pink parts for the connection kind of ring there between the upper and lower parts of the upper arm, and you can use that on either side. We've also got versions of the arms just in plain black, again, if you prefer. Moving down then to the legs. For the unarmored legs, as you may have guessed, we've got versions of the legs here in plain black and clear black, as well as our parts for the lower legs and knees. Basically all the parts for making the unarmored legs we've got in plain black and clear black. For the unarmored feet, however, we only have those in plain black if you wanted to use those. You can see the ankle part there I have in clear black. The regular black ankle piece is what's on the kit there right now, so you could use those just kind of, again, depending on what your preference is. And then for our hand option parts, we've got closed fists, open expressive hands. You can see the open expressive hands have this kind of like more kind of glove or robotic sort of detail to them. And it's kind of interesting which hands do and which hands don't have that detail, but like the weapon holding or trigger finger extended hand also has that detail. The peace sign hands do not. These are just regular kind of plain hands. And then finally, just our other regular weapon holding hands here are also going to have the mechanical detail on those as well. For the face parts, first of all, the painting on those looks pretty nice. For the masked face, if you want to have a mask without that kind of, again, Japanese kind of armor styling on the details of that, if you didn't want to have that, you can just opt for just a plain mask like so. There is also our two other alternative faces here, and we'll see those on the kit in just a moment, but again, they look nice. But all right, now on to some of our other equipment. This is going to be going around the waist section here, and you can hear that part fell off of there. These parts here on the front move, but they're quite loose. So I'm going to add some glue on those just to make sure those aren't falling off on me. But you can see on the one side, we've got this piece of cloth that will move. On the back side, this big piece of cloth there, this whole section does also kind of want to come apart on me at the moment. It'll be much easier once it's attached onto the kit. On that note, it's going to attach onto the lower back, which is with that peg right here. On the other side, you can see here is our two swords mounted onto the side of there. Now for these right now, they're attached together. There is optional parts to have them attached separately. So having the larger sword and the smaller sword as like separate parts, you can make it like that with those, but I'm just going to keep them together for the sake of this review. But these will come out and look very nice. There's our longer and shorter style swords. And aside from the longer style sword, we've also got this one, which is just like a rifle here, but it uses the same handle as you can see. And actually, if you remove the longer barrel, you can make it as just like a sort of pistol kind of SMG, and you can do that here on the sword as well. If you remove that, then basically you've got kind of two of the same of this weapon here like that. Additionally, to go on her back here is this part with these kind of whatever these are supposed to be here attaching onto her back with these long kind of tail parts, which are just articulated on little ball joints there at the connection point. And then we can attach onto here the main event, which is the massive umbrella parts. This is for if you just wanted to have this attached onto her back as it appears in the box art, you can do like that. Now as for this, each one of these sections will open and close a little bit like that and has this kind of working piston detail up inside of there, which is kind of cool. But if you did want to have this as just a handheld umbrella, we can take this handle piece and plug that into there, and then she can hold onto it like so. And in the end, a lot of really great detail in and around this being, again, like I said, this is definitely like the main thing that is going to be taking quite a lot of the parts of this kit just for this. So it is going to be a little bit heavy, and we'll see if that's going to be difficult to pose. But I mean, it does look very cool and it's quite unique. But let's go ahead and try out some different poses here with the kit. The articulation of it is going to be all pretty standard if you guys have ever built any kind of mecha musume model kits before. And as you can see from the poses, you shouldn't have any issue being able to pull off a wide range of different poses here with the included accessories and with the built-in design and articulation of the kit. It is really quite nice. The stand is certainly coming in handy just for helping to support the balance and the weight of the kit. Like I said, especially there's a lot of weight there in that umbrella, so it is going to give you a little bit of an issue. You may have to kind of just consider how you're going to be posing the kit just to keep the weight and the balance of that in mind, but it's going to look really, really nice. Just the kit straight out of the box does have a lot of great color separation and a lot of great detail on there. That said, there's a lot of detail that would, of course, look much better if you wanted to go in and at least do some detail painting on some of those little bits here and there. If not, you know, fully painting the kit, but at least bringing out some of those little details, I think would help to make some of the armor parts look that much nicer. But once again, with this one, you can see it's got a really cool style to it, like we saw with the Swallow. So it's one thing that I really appreciate with these Suyata kits, this being only the second one that I've built so far. But I do really like that they bring a kind of different and unique style to them while still being familiar and fun to build if you enjoy building mecha musume model kits like this. There are a couple of parts that you may want to glue just to make sure that stuff's not falling off on you, and so the fit is not as nice as other companies like Kotobukiya or Bandai's, I would say, but just have a little glue on hand, and if you find a piece is like kind of a little bit loose and falling off from time to time, just glue it and you'll be saved a lot of hassle. It's a very easy, just quick fix to make. But let me know what you guys think about this design down in the comment section below. If you're a fan of mecha musume model kits, have you tried the Suyata line of model kits yet, and what do you think of them so far? Aside from the Swallow and this one, Yukihime, do you have any other recommendations, ones that you've built that you've really enjoyed? Let me know down in the comment section. I'm looking forward to checking out some more of these. But if you guys want to check out some of these kits for yourself, you can check the link in the video description right down below there. You can find them all there at USA Gundam Store. Aside from these Suyata series of mecha musume model kits, of course, we've got all of them from Bandai and Kotobukiya and other companies as well. Lots of cool stuff on there to find, so check out the link to the website. And as always, guys, if you would like to like and or subscribe while you're here, that would be greatly appreciated. I really thank you guys so much for all of your support, for checking out the video here today. Hope you enjoyed taking a look at this pretty unique, very cool model kit here from Suyata. That's going to be it for today. Hope you guys all have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.